You know those dreams that are so vivid they just stick with you all day? Well, today we're diving into one of the most powerful symbols in Islamic dream interpretation, the horse. And what it all means? Well, it might just surprise you. So, let's get right to it. Have you ever woken up with this crystal clear image of a horse in your head? Maybe it was running free, maybe you were riding it. Whatever the case, that dream is packed with meaning. Let's start to unpack what it could be telling you. You see, in Islamic culture, horses are way more than just animals. They're these powerful symbols of honor, of victory, even of divine missions. This reverence really goes back to the Prophet Muhammad's heavenly steed, al-Barak, which famously carried him on his miraculous night journey. That story alone gives the horse this profound spiritual weight.
But here's the thing, and this is so important. It's not as simple as horse equals good. The real meaning is buried in the details. Was the horse white or black, tame or wild? Were you riding it or were you falling off of it? Every single one of those details can completely transform the message your dream is trying to send you.
So let's get into it. We'll start by establishing what the horse represents at its very core, before we get into all those specific, juicy details. The easiest way to think about the dream horse is to see it as a mirror. It's reflecting your own inner world, your strength, your ambitions, your spiritual drive. So the way that horse appears in your dream, it's really telling a story about you. All right, now let's get more specific. The horse's appearance and its health can totally change the dream's message. This is where it gets really fascinating. First off, the color. This is one of the biggest clues. A white horse is almost always a positive sign. It suggests victory, purity, and divine support, that you're on the right track. A black horse, on the other hand, is a little more complex. It can definitely symbolize dignity and power, but it might also hint at some kind of inner struggle or a trial that's coming your way. And then you have to consider the state of the horse. A wild, untamed horse? That can be a little warning sign, a nudge from your subconscious about uncontrolled desires or impulsive behavior. But an armored horse? Wow, that's a sign of immense strength. It means you are spiritually prepared and ready for a great task or a major life challenge. And other conditions are just as revealing. Seeing a dead horse can signify a big loss or maybe the end of an era in your life. A sick or injured one often points to a vulnerability, either in your faith or in your day-to-day affairs. And hey, if you dream of a flying horse, that is an incredibly powerful and rare symbol of a high spiritual station and divine favor.
So, we've covered the horse itself, but the dream isn't just about the animal, right? It's about your role in it. How you interact with that horse is just as important as the horse itself.
And this is a really powerful contrast to think about. If you're riding a horse smoothly, that means you're in control. You're in a position of honor and you're steering your own destiny. But falling off, that's a pretty clear warning. It could signify a loss of status, a setback on the horizon, or maybe even just a little check on your own pride.
Now, dreaming of buying a horse is a fantastic sign. It's not just a simple transaction, it's a deeply symbolic act. It signifies that you're actively preparing for a new journey, you're taking the reins of your life, and you're getting the spiritual tools you need to move forward and succeed.
The interactions can get even more specific. Just owning a horse points to prosperity. Being chased by one, that could signal pressure from an authority figure or maybe even from your own conscience. Fighting a horse suggests an internal battle, that you're resisting some truth. But taming a horse? That's a great sign that you're gaining control over life's challenges. Now, these interpretations aren't just something someone made up recently. They're rooted in centuries of scholarship. So let's take a look at what some of the most renowned classical interpreters had to say. We'll start with Muhammad ibn Sirin, who is an absolute giant in Islamic history. His work from way back in the 8th century is so influential that it's still a cornerstone of dream interpretation today.
And Ibn Sirin's wisdom totally echoes what we've already been discussing. He drew this really clear line between authority and impulse, linking a well-kept horse to success and a wild one to our own untamed desires. It just makes sense, right?
Another towering figure from that very same era is Imam Jafar al-Sadiq. He was a scholar known for his profound wisdom in so many fields, and that definitely included dream interpretation. The Imam also stressed that, you guessed it, the details are everything. He specifically focused on color as a key to understanding the dream, linking that white horse to spiritual purity and the black horse to power.
Okay, so we've looked at the horse's condition, we've looked at your role in the dream, and we've even heard from the ancient scholars. So, what does all of this mean for you? Let's bring it all home.
When it comes right down to it, when you dream of a horse, it's a message about a really core part of your life. It's reflecting your personal power, your ambitions, that classic struggle between control and chaos, your spiritual journey, or, hey, maybe even a message from the divine.
Ultimately, only you can connect the dots between the details of your dream and your own life. So the next time a horse gallops through your sleep, pay close attention. Ask yourself, is this a reflection of my untamed desires, or is it a sign of divine support? Because that message, it's meant just for you.